Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. You are watching From Nisha's View, and if this is your first time tuning in, thank you and welcome on in. And on my channel I talk about fashion and I talk about photography, and today we are on the photography side, so you know what it is. It is Photography Talk with Nisha. And what are we talking about today? We are going to be talking about why the 35mm is my favorite all-around lens. So stay tuned and we're going to get right into it. All right, so why the 35mm is my favorite all-around lens? There are three reasons. It allows me to capture the environment, okay? So if I'm somewhere where I'm not really sure about the space and I know that I want to capture a lot in the photo, then I'm going to pick up the 35. And this is my 35 Canon RF 1.8. It's a prime. Okay, we're going to talk about that because that's actually my second reason. I'm doing branding session, branding shoots for brands or personal branding story. It allows me to show their work, show them in action, and I'm able to get a lot of detail going on in the background where they are. If I'm doing a flying dress session, you can see where I am. You can see just the things that are going on in the backdrop. So the 35 allows me to do that. And it is a great storyteller to get those details in there. And then with this one, there's some macro capabilities with the 35mm RF. So definitely, one, it tells the story. All right, two, second reason why I love the 35mm is that it is a prime lens. A prime lens, it lets in a lot of light. So you have your prime lens, you have your zoom lens, you have your wide angle lens. A prime lens will always have my heart, and I just use my feet to zoom. So, but for my primes, usually you're gonna have a lower f-stop, meaning that you're gonna let in a lot of light. And so with the 35 RF, Canon RF, it is a 1.8. So you can stop down to 1.8, let in a lot of light. And that goes back to my first reason. If you're in a space that you don't know, what's going on, what the lighting is like in that space, you get the 35, you telling the story, and you letting in a lot of light. So definitely another reason is the prime. It's a prime lens. And I'm holding up the 35mm, the Canon, but I also have a Tamron. I love Tamron, and Canon, they like to be a little selfish with their RF mounts. They do. They don't like other lenses to join in on the party. But because I had this lens before I went mirrorless, and with my DSLR, I had all these lenses for Canon. I have Sigma lenses, I have Tamron lens. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of those because they're great lens. So I just use the adapter for it. So I just got the adapter for my mirrorless camera, and I use that. But yeah, the Tamron, so the pictures that I'm popping up, I'm actually using either the 35 Tamron or the 35 RF. All right, so that's the second reason, the prime. The third reason is because it's versatile. It is a very versatile lens. You can use this lens for portraits. You could use it for landscapes, and I actually use it for landscapes, for cityscapes. And it's just a very versatile lens. You could, like I said before, if you're doing branding work and not have that distortion that sometimes you get when you get too wide. So if you go down to like maybe 24, you may starting to get some distortions. If you go down to 16, you're getting more distortion in your picture, in your lens. You can just throw it in your bag and not really worry about, oh, do I have the right lens with me today? Oh, I got a 35, so I'm good. So that's how I think about it. So those are the 3 reasons why the 35mm is my all-around favorite lens. Now the pros, like I said, the pros to that is that it's good in low light. Okay, so if you're not sure about a place, take the 35. And if it's a prime, you know, you can stop down a little bit and let in that light. It's versatile. Like I said, if you're doing portraits, it's good for portrait work. It's good for telling that story. If you wanted to get the environment in your shot, get the 35. Now, the con about the 35, because there is one. Now, with the 35, you're not going to get that bokeh, that blurriness that you see in most lenses. You know, when you're dealing with the 50, the 85, the 100, that compression, that background blurriness, you're not going to get too much of that. You're going to get a little if you stop down to 1.8. You are going to get some of it, but it won't be as creamy. And as, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That smoothness, that blurriness in the background, you really won't get that with that 35. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I'm just being honest. That may be a con for you. For me, I'm more about, I want to see what's in the background. I want to see, you know, I want to kind of make out what's going on in the background. If my focus is on the person and they're in a room with other people or other things are going on and that person is my focus, I want to still tell the story of what's going on around the person. So I kind of still want to see what they're looking like or what the objects are that's around the person in focus. So that may be a con. It may not be a con. You pick and choose. You pick and choose your battles, okay? But the 35 is definitely my favorite all-around go-to lens, especially if I'm not sure about a space. So, and that is it. That's all I really wanted to share on this photography talk with Nisha. And this 35mm being my favorite go-to lens. All right. So I thank you guys for joining me. I thank you for tuning in. And definitely tell me if the 35 is your favorite lens. Tell me why. Or do you have another favorite lens that you like to just throw in your bag and it just be that all-around perfect lens that you're just going to pick up and put in your bag and be out the door? Definitely comment, subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff down below. So, all right, until next time, I'll talk to you then.
Thanks for watching my GG channel. Period.